of Byington.
Yeah, Kevin, maybe the best sign for Badger fans about Hornibrook's first start is the fact that everyone from his head coach to his roommate have said, you know what, he has not changed a thing this week. And watching him warm up, he's even-keeled, he's calm, he's mild-mannered. He's a country music fan. He listened to country music all week. He did that in the pregame warm-ups as well. Paul Chris told me, I'm going to give him one piece of advice today. He told him to enjoy it and have fun. Then he kind of joked with me. He said, frankly, if I got to tell him anything else, we're in trouble.
Lisa, thank you very much. We've got a little help in our studios in Los Angeles today, as well as Mike Pereira, our rules analyst, will be joining us throughout the broadcast today. Mike, it's great to have you with us for this one.
Kevin and Matt, always great to be with you. We got the officiating command center cranked up and ready to go for this great football game. Hopefully, if you need us, we'll be able to give you some good info. All
right, Mike, thank you very much. Hopefully, we will have a very clean game here in East Lansing as Wisconsin wins the toss. They have elected to defer, so Michigan State will be out on offense to start this one off. And we are ready to get this ball game underway. Showdown underway with Stewart from the 3. And Stewart met at the 15 and driven down. Ran right into the arms of Joe Ferguson. And down at the 17 after the 14-yard return. And Tyler O'Connor and this Michigan State offense getting set to take the field here in East Lansing. 4th career start. He's 3-0 as a starter. Wins over Furman. On the road last year at Ohio State. And on the road this year at Notre Dame. You see the numbers last week. Career highs in pass yards, rush yards, completions, and attempts. From the 17 on first down for Michigan State. L.J. Scott with some running room. Scott tripped up at the 35 by Leo Musso. A burst of 19 for L.J. Scott on the first play.
Well, we said this is a run-first team, and what they were able to do is just get everybody lined up and get a body on a body. And they did a really nice job inside against Edwards, the linebacker, who took a side, and they took advantage of it.
98 yards and a touchdown last week for L.J. Scott. Jamal Lyles in motion. Scott on first down, caught in the backfield. This time, T.J. Watt with the tackle back near the 34. Mark D'Antonio, 67 wins since 2010, 3rd all-time in the FBS. He's won 10 out of his last 13 against ranked opponents.
Mark D'Antonio, one of the best coaches in college football. And he's got his program where he wants it to be. And it's an elite program. They do all the little things right.
O'Connor to the air on second down. His tight end Lyles can't hang on at the 40-yard line.
This is exactly where Wisconsin wants to get this Michigan State offense. They want to get them into 3rd and long, like 3rd and 7+. And they're in those situations. They feel like they can handle things because they like their 2 pass rushers on the outside. You saw Watt make a tackle on second down, and then Vince Beagle, 47, on the other side. That's going to be the matchup we'll be watching here today.
3rd down and 12. Medeiros, the receiver, to the top of your screen. O'Connor, late pressure. He can run. O'Connor on the move, tripped up at the 37-yard line by Jack Sitchie, and the Wisconsin defense shuts down Michigan State after the initial big run by Scott.
So they got pressure on the outside, but watch what they had was good coverage down the field. Nowhere to go with the ball with O'Connor, so he takes off and runs. Keep in mind, O'Connor's not afraid to be physical in the run game. He's an old linebacker, a middle linebacker from high school, so he's not afraid to lower his shoulder.
Should have seen Matt Millen's eyes light up yesterday when we were talking middle linebackers with O'Connor. Penalty is going to be against Michigan State.
Ball start. Offense, number 34. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Drake Martinez moving early. Drake's brother Taylor Martinez was the quarterback at the University of Nebraska for several years. Jazz Peavy calling for the fair catch. He'll make it near the 16-yard line. A 52-yard punt by Jake Hartbarger. And Wisconsin's offense out onto the field for the first time today, and for the first time for the freshman from Westchester, Pennsylvania, Alex Hornibrook makes start number 1.
Got to be good. He's a Pennsylvania guy. Yeah, he's from down in Westchester.
The numbers last week against Georgia State.
Yeah, and so everybody you talk to about this guy says he's unfazed. He's got great poise. He's going to have all that poise here today because this Michigan State defense, they have a pretty good pass rushing group.
He's got something neither he nor Mark Houston had last week, and that's Corey Clement in the backfield as Clement gets carry number 1, and Corey Clement fighting forward for maybe a yard as Demetrius Cox came up on run support to help make the stop. Corey Clement, that ankle injury a couple of weeks ago kept him out last week, but since 1996, only Melvin Gordon's had more yards per carry than Clement. As Mark Houston, who was the starter in the first couple of games, looks on now as the backup to Alex Hornibrook. 2nd and 9, draw play, and Clement going nowhere. Tackle by Chris Fry back near the 15-yard line.
Yeah, that's a nice call by Mike Tressel, the defensive coordinator for Michigan State. They came with a blitz right into that draw. And it's real simple. You see the 2 inside guys coming? See, one of them's got to be free. It's about numbers. They didn't have enough blockers to handle what was coming in the blitz. And the net result is this 3rd down.
No Riley Bullough today, wearing the headset on the sidelines. The middle linebacker out with an injury. 3rd down and 11. Hornibrook with late pressure, fires over the middle, found Fumagalli, the tight end, and that's a 1st down.
That is a great job by Hornibrook. You're talking about that poise under pressure. This is a perfect example. He's going to have a free rusher, Malik McDowell, right in his face. Understands where he has to get with the ball. Fumagalli, I want you to understand, there's the hit. The ball's delivered perfectly. Fumagalli is going to be huge in today's game. Wisconsin doesn't have great speed outside their receivers. That inside game's going to have to work for him.
And remember how big Fumagalli was against LSU. 7 catches for 100 yards. On the edge, Wheelwright breaks a tackle. And Wheelwright into Spartan territory at the 49. Darian Hicks finally caught up to Rob Wheelwright 17 yards later in a 1st down.
Yeah, so if you don't have great speed, there are things as a play caller you have to know you're able to do. And you have to be able to see the whole field. Paul Chryst is that guy. I thought Paul Chryst in his game against LSU was brilliant calling the game. He's going to need that kind of an effort here today also.
From the 49 of Michigan State, 1st down. Clement, little move in the backfield, gets a yard to the 48. With more on Riley Bullough, we check in with Lisa Byington.
Yeah, Spartan fans might have to see him in street clothes, not just today, but this might be a multi-game thing. I'm told that it didn't happen in the game. It happened during practice, and it actually happened before the Notre Dame game. I'm told that he was hurting during that game, and they were considering even keeping him out then. This is a precautionary measure today.
The leading tackler on the team and the 2nd-year starting middle linebacker. You're taking your quarterback out of the middle of that defense.
Exactly what happens. And we mentioned it at the top. It's a familiar voice and familiar calls.
2nd and 10. Hornibrook lost the ball. Stripped out of his hands at the 46-yard line by Raekwon Williams, and Michigan State gets it back.
The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by Michigan State. 1st down.
Raekwon Williams with the strip and Kevin Williams with the recovery.
Williams made the play.
It's all Williams.
Yeah, you're going to watch him on the inside, number 99. I believe he's right here. Oops, there we go.
And after that, Williams and Williams combined to ruin the drive for Wisconsin. Wisconsin turns it over. Michigan State able to get the strip and the recovery. Matt Millen, what happened?
Well, nice job by Raekwon Williams, but look how low the ball is right here, and he's going to loop with that throw. He needs to have the ball up a little bit higher. Now, regardless, Raekwon Williams got a very good push inside against Connor, 64, the guard, and was able to slap it away. But what you liked about that, what Hornibrook did, was he didn't feel the rush. He didn't feel the rush. He just needs to separate from that rush a little bit more.
That comes with experience.
That comes with, yeah, and feel. And you can see the poise in him already.
Spartans take over at the Wisconsin 47. Price, the tight end in motion, and flags fly before this play gets started. Second false start.
False start. Offense, number 59. 5-yard penalty, first down.
David Beadle, the left tackle, with an early move.
This is a good physical offensive line. Typical Michigan State. You saw them a week ago against Notre Dame. Notre Dame met their
Clock
physical
operator,
challenge.
please put 9-3-4. Thank you.
But as the game went on, this Michigan State offensive line wore them out. And so they're content with being patient, staying with the run game, pressing the hole, which means just staying behind the blockers and wearing you down.
O'Connor over the middle, and that's incomplete. He was looking for Josiah Price, couldn't connect with him.
Josiah Price is one of those guys, you're going to see him right here. He's one of those guys that they're very comfortable with, and he understands. He's sitting here in a zone, sit down in the hole, and the ball was not delivered. O'Connor needs to get that thing down a little bit, and that's a completion.
Second and 15. O'Connor looking down the sideline, and that's incomplete. Pretty good play by Monty Medeiros, because Leo Musso was trying to pick that off, and Medeiros just knocked him away.
Yeah, but it's a great read by Musso. Musso saw it right from the start. So he's reading the quarterback the whole way, and he sees the quarterback. Look, he's going to take a shot. He beat Medeiros to the point. They like Musso. He's got a little moxie in him. Not a real big guy, but he's a guy who understands football well, takes very good angles.
Terrific high school runner, over 5,500 rushing yards in his high school career. Third and 15 at the 48.
Blitz weak side.
O'Connor in trouble. A little pirouette to get away. O'Connor on the run finds Price for the first down.
That was all O'Connor. That's phenomenal. You got a free blitzer. He's got to make the play. That's the design of the defense. You're coming clean. You have to make the tackle. O'Connor understands that, but he does a nice, I like to call it the linebacker pirouette, because that's what linebackers do. And he comes out of there firing, finds Price downfield. That's huge. That's a huge play by O'Connor. And Beagle, that's a play Beagle normally makes.
On first down, the little flip to Shelton. And Shelton caught on the edge near the 31-yard line. Jack Sitchie pulls him down after the gain of 4.
Dave Warner is the offensive play caller for this Michigan State team. He's a Lehighton, Pennsylvania Indian. He's went to Lehighton. I knew him from high school. What he's trying to do right now is get that defensive front to loosen a little bit, so he's tacking the edges.
O'Connor to the air, and that's incomplete. Looking for Monty Medeiros. Coverage again by Musso. Let's take a look at today's Auto Owners Insurance Impact players.
We know what L.J. Scott can do. He can behind that big offensive line, but Beagle and Edwards are two defenders who understand this offense well and will be very active in today's game.
Some Good experience back there. Beagle's the energy guy, the passion guy is what Justin Wilcox called Vince Beagle. And TJ Edwards, he said he's the most explosive guy inside. 3rd down and 6 at the 31.
So they're going to try to spread things back outside. Let's see if they don't come with pressure. See how they're trying to handle the inside A gaps. That's to mess up their protections.
On 3rd and 6, pressure coming. O'Connor on the run again. And he has to throw that one away. Beagle providing the heat.
Again, this was not a blitz. This was an overload to the side, and Beagle has the ability to be able to get on the edge right away. See how he jumped back inside? He beat Beetle. And he set him up to the outside, came back inside really quick. Vince Beagle's a heck of a good football player. You're going to see a lot of them today.
Here comes Michael Geiger running on for what would be a 49-yard try. His career long is a 49-yarder in 2013. In high school, he hit a 56-yarder in the North-South game. And the kick by Geiger is good.
Looks like that's about as far as he could go.
Didn't need to go any further. He got just what he needed. And the Spartans take a 3-0 lead. Michael Geiger draining one from deep to start this off. Officially a 48-yard field goal for Michigan State to take the 3-0 lead. 8:03 remaining in the first quarter. Kevin Kugler, Matt Millen, Lisa Byington back with you here on BTN from Spartans Stadium. And a day in which Michigan State honors one of their fallen Spartans, Mike Sadler, who lost his life along with that of Nebraska punter Sam Foltz in an auto accident in July. Family and friends here as Mike Sadler, along with several others, being inducted into the Hall of Fame today at Michigan State. 4-time academic All-Big Ten player and one of the best, Mike Sadler. The kickoff out of bounds, and Wisconsin will have excellent field position as they'll come back out on the field after the fumble that cost 3 points for Michigan State.
One of the things that
Free kick
Wisconsin
out of bounds. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line on the right hash.
One of the things that Wisconsin's going to have to do is they're going to have to be strong in their inside 3. So Brett Connors making a start today at center. Dieter was the center. He moves over to guard, 63. And Benshaw, 66, is the right guard. Those 3 guys have got to be solid because on the other side, you have Malik McDowell, number 4, who is an outstanding player and can take a game over.
The pitch to Clement. Gets the edge and then tripped up on the edge by Deontay Copeland.
There's Malik McDowell, number 4, 285 pounds. He's a junior, and he's got great skills. He's a guy who can take the game over. I mean, he's made some plays last week against Notre Dame where you're like, little guys should make that play, not 285-pound guys. He's impressive to watch.
Swing past Clement. Trying to turn the corner, and Michigan State all over that play. Shane Jones, the first guy there. One of the many filling in the middle for Riley Bullock.
Yeah, and that's the best way to fill in. Make a big play. Shane Jones reads it inside out, and watch his angle. See how he comes down inside, so he's going to take away the cutback, uses his help to the top side, and a nice tackle. Really well done.
Third down and 10. Dare Ogunbowale, the running back next to Hornibrook. Pressure coming. Hornibrook steps in. Long lob caught by Peavy. First down. Jazz Peavy 25 yards later, and Wisconsin stays alive in the drive.
Hornibrook is impressive, but watch the route by Peavy. Okay, they do not enjoy a speed advantage. Michigan State can run with these receivers all day. Peavy runs a nice route and loses them on the inside. And Hornibrook, who kept his eyes down inside, you saw a great a great example of the poise in the pocket.
On first down, Hornibrook looking for Peavy once more, and the pass incomplete. Tyson Smith on the coverage.
Yeah, and you're going to hear a little smattering of boos out there talking about the bumping going on, but this is a good non-call. So Peavy gives a little push, as does that Hicks on the other side. Hicks, they're doing a little bit of little bumping going back and forth. It's Tyson Smith, rather, 15.
A little forearm nudge by Jazz Peavy down the sidelines.
Just getting to know each other.
Ogunbowale with the carry. Plowing forward, and he's down at the 32. 8-yard pickup on the play. Demetrius Cox on the stop. And now you get into a very interesting situation. We saw Michigan State with a long field goal a moment ago, but that's not necessarily an option, or is it today, with Rafael Gaglianone out for Wisconsin with a back injury? It's Andrew Endicott. We watched him warm up, Matt. He was good from about 55 in. Endicott has never, however, kicked an extra point or a field goal at the college level.
Yeah, well, if his face is any indication, I'd run for it here.
3rd down and 2. Hornibrook is going to run for it. Got a block from Clement and is close to the first down.
It's where this guy puts his foot. That's what matters, and that's going to be short. They tried to get as many blockers out in front of Hornibrook as possible. He had to get to the 30 is where he had to get to. And he just, well, the ball doesn't get there. Yeah, that's a good job by the officials, and a nice hit there by Reschke, number 33. It's short, and they're going for it, which tells you about their kicker.
No Gaglianone, and Wisconsin goes on 4th down and short. The give to the fullback, and plowing forward, Alec Ingold has the first down and plenty more at the 25. He gets 6.
Ingold is that Green Bay, Wisconsin kid. As a freshman last year, anytime they got close to the goal line, they handed it to him. And that kid he's an old Marv Hubbard type of guy. They're the old Oakland Raider fans. Anytime they got close down there, Hubbard found a way to get in. Ingold has that same thing.
6 touchdowns on the ground a year ago for Ingold, and only 130 rushing yards. Clement on first down, nowhere to go. 2nd and 10 for Wisconsin. John Reschke on the stop. Our Auto Owners impact players.
Well, we talk about Corey Clement, and right now he's not getting a lot of room, but they'll keep feeding him the ball because he has the ability to make big things. And the guy who's going to take that away, Malik McDowell on the inside, is going to hold down that whole inside. They'll have to get him blocked. Copeland on the outside, that's the next level player. He's got outstanding skills, can run with anybody, fun to watch.
Hornibrook to Wheelwright, and Wheelwright, the good gain on 2nd down, gets down to the 17-yard line, picks up 8. Demetrius Cox with the tackle.
I love the way Paul Chryst is calling this game. He knows what he has, and he knows what he doesn't, and that's most important. So he's not going to win on the outside with speed. He's going to take a couple shots to get them to back off, but the inside is where he's going to make his money in this game.
Another 3rd and 2. You're looking at about a 35-yard field goal try if you gain nothing here. Hornibrook to the air on 3rd down. He's got his tight end, Fumagalli, and he's got a first down. Darian Hicks with the tackle. Fumagalli picks up 5 to move the chains.
Hornibrook's impressive. He's impressive. He's seeing the field. He's in control. He knows where to go with the ball. Now, keep in mind, he's a lefty. He's a lefty coming into a right-handed system. And guess how many adjustments they made? None. He can throw to the left or to the right equally as well. He's got a good mind for the game. But most importantly, Paul Chryst feels comfortable with him because he knows he's a poised and composed guy.
Does it surprise you they made no adjustments?
Yeah, absolutely it does. It surprises me offensively because it's normally something you have to take into account right away.
Hornibrook. And that one batted out of the hands arms of Jazz Peavy. That's an excellent defensive play by Darian Hicks. 19th career start today, and the veteran makes a fine play.
Yeah, he makes a good play. The ball could have been a little bit better placed to the front. Let's see if it's where it needs to be. Yeah, see, that ball's just dropped. And now, that's excellent coverage. Peavy's got to make that catch, because Hornibrook, although it's a tad behind, it hit him in the backside of the chest plate.
Second down and 10. Hornibrook looking for the end zone and Fumagalli, and it's incomplete. And now 3rd and 10.
Interesting. Every route we're seeing is really well covered. What does that tell you? That means Wisconsin does not have great speed on the outside. They're going to try to work the inside, again, with the tight end, Fumagalli, or one of the backs. I expect to see Ogunbowale when he's in to work underneath against those linebackers, because Michigan State is too fast for him outside.
He's in there right now.
Keep your eye on him. See if he works against that backer. Right here.
Hornibrook looking. It's caught by Wheelwright and down inside the 3. They're going to be a yard short of the first down. You're down 3-0. It's 4th and 1. You're on the road. Any decision here for Paul Chryst?
Yeah, there's a decision. The decision is, do we send the kid in to kick it or not? Because you're not going to get a lot of opportunities, or at least you think. So, hey, get Alec Ingold, get him in there. You might want to use him as bait to get the ball outside, or you might want to just power it in.
And they're going with the power right now, as Wisconsin's going to go on 4th and 1.
High formation. Look for Clement.
It's Ingold trying to fight forward, and judging by the mark, he's going to have the first down.
That's Marv Hubbard. I'm telling you. They've got a nose, and they know how to just get through it.
Maybe for Wisconsin fans, you compare to John Kuhn, great Packer fullback over the last several years.
I'll go with Marv Hubbard. He's a Raider.
First down and goal for the 2.
That was impressive. That's a gutsy call by Paul Chryst.
Clement, 1st and goal. Not going to get in. Michigan State stout in the middle. Raekwon Williams, Malik McDowell, Kevin Williams all made plays in this first quarter.
All impressive. See Cooper there also. There's McDowell, number 4. Williams, 92. Williams, 99. The sign of good goal line and short yardage defense is low pad level.
2nd and goal. Hornibrook to the air, caught for the touchdown. Eric Steffes with his first of the year.
Good coverage, nicely thrown ball, excellent catch. Steffes, 44, right there. Watch the play action. They want to draw those backers up in tight. They want to clear the underneath. That ball was well contested, but a nice catch by Steffes.
And here's Endicott for his first college extra point try. And it's good. So Endicott able to shake off the nerves a little bit. He's got the extra point. Steffes has the touchdown. Alex Hornibrook with his 3rd touchdown pass in his young career, in Wisconsin with the lead on the road. Wisconsin with the lead thanks to this Cooper Tire scoring drive of 16 plays, 65 yards that ate up 7 minutes and 38 seconds. So this is what Wisconsin has done in first quarters this year, as they have a huge edge already in time of possession. You see almost 11 minutes of possession. How about this? In the first 3 games, Matt Millen, Wisconsin held the ball in the first quarter for 39 minutes and 40 seconds. Their opponents, 5 minutes and 20 seconds in the first 3 games this year, and they're at it again.
They're selfish. You'd think they'd want to spread the stuff around. I thought that drive right there, two things. One, Paul Chryst play calling was outstanding. And Hornibrook, if he keeps this up, it's going to be a heck of a game.
Kickoff specialist Rosowski bangs that one through the end zone for the touchback as we check in Chicago with Rick Pizzo in a T-Mobile studio update.
Good afternoon, Kevin. Minnesota strikes first against Colorado State. Mitch Leidner capping an 11-play, 94-yard drive, but Colorado State just answered. We are tied up at 7 late in the first.
Always good to hear the dulcet tones of Rick Pizzo, as we'll hear throughout the day. Joining us from our studios.
Dulcet tones?
Dulcet tones. Mike Hall, a little more shrill. Rick Pizzo, dulcet.
Got it. Yeah, I got that down.
7-3 Wisconsin, and here comes Michigan State and Tyler O'Connor back to work. L.J. Scott and Prescott Line join him in the backfield. Off-play action. O'Connor upended, but the catch is made at the 35 by Donnie Corley. Sojourn Shelton on the tackle, but the young freshman that they love here in East Lansing makes a fine play.
Yeah, this is called kind of a levels throw, and this is designed for O'Connor to be able to read one guy and make his choice. And the choice was made, and it's a first down. And when we come back to the second quarter, we have a heck of a game going on.
Excellent start to this one in East Lansing with the Badgers leading by 4. Start of the second quarter here in East Lansing alongside Matt Millen with Lisa Byington on the field. I'm Kevin Kugler. Wisconsin has a 7-3 lead. Alex Hornibrook leading the Badgers on a 16-play, 65-yard scoring drive. And now Michigan State to work from the 35-yard line on first down and 10. So Donnie Corley's first catch of the ball game right before the end of the quarter. Now motion from the tight end Price on first down. Here's L.J. Scott. And Scott bangs his way forward to the 39. T.J. Edwards on the tackle.
So if you're Michigan State, what they'll do is they'll just play within themselves. They know what they are. They go back. They know they're a run-first team. So they're going to go back, and they'll do what they do best, and they'll just start trying to wear you out. So on the flip side, if you're a Wisconsin defender, you got to know that. You better have brought your big boy pads.
Second and 6, Scott again. Scott bouncing off the pile. And Scott tripped up by Shelton at the 43-yard line.
That's a heck of a tackle by Shelton, because if he breaks that one, there's nothing but green to the end zone. Now, I want you to see he never stops. All you young high school players out there, see how his feet keep going? That's called pressing the hole. They do a very good job of that. They allow their offensive line to keep on grinding on you and keep pushing. And then he bounces it out, sets up this third down where they've gone back to just breaking your nose. That's what they're going to do.
Gerald Holmes in the backfield now. And on 3rd and 2, Holmes gets the carry, but he's not going to get the first down. Sitchy finished it off after T.J. Watt got there first. And now 4th down, 1.5 yards to go for the first.
That was well done by Watt. Low man wins in these situations, and they're going to force a punt. That's a big-time series right there for this. Look at Watt. Oh, that's outstanding, Watt. That's outstanding. I will give you a gold star. Did you see him take on that lead blocker? He crushed him. He crushed the lead block, spun off it, and then made the tackle. That is very good. Can we give him a BTN big-time play right there?
The BTN standout.
That was great.
Peavy with the fair catch signal as that one will go into the end zone for the touchback.
Hey, let's go back.
56-yard punt.
Let's go back and look at this play. Look at this. Look at it. Boom. That is tremendous. He not only takes on the lead blocker, he messes up the puller, and then he makes the tackle. I'm in love with that guy. That's phenomenal.
2 years together, I've never gotten a gold star for anything. You're handing them out like nothing now.
Oh, not for nothing, man. I'll tell you what, you go down there and take those 2 guys on and do that, and I'll give you a gold star too.
So I'm never going to get a gold star.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to agree so quick. From the 20-yard line, first down for the Badgers. Clement, nice move in the backfield. And Clement gets 6 yards on first down. Monte Nicholson on the stop. Hope you were with us earlier. We had a lot of fun out at the BTN tailgate, and the tailgate's on the road next week again. Dave, Jerry, and Spice will be with Lincoln, Nebraska. Huskers will be taking on Illinois. It's homecoming. The guys will get you ready for the entire day of football next Saturday, 10:30 Eastern, live from Nebraska, presented by Geico on BTN and streaming live on BTN to go.
Yeah, go see Jerry. He'll take you right to the food. That's what I love about him.
2nd and 5. Big hole for Clement, and it closes quickly by Monte Nicholson again. 3-yard pickup on a play that looked like it was going to be much more.
Yeah, but you're talking about Nicholson, the safety, right? And so that means they're getting that front 7 blocked, and Nicholson is having to come down in the box and make the play. Now, 3rd and 2. Here it is. Well, last time in this kind of situation, Paul Chris went with a little bit of play action, and it got him. Let's see what happens here.
Third and 2. Pressure coming. Hornibrook hit as he throws, and Fumagalli blasted at the 45. The pass incomplete. Monte Nicholson did it all that series for Michigan State.
Yeah, Monte Nicholson had a phenomenal series. And again, they went with, watch him from the backside. Here's the hit to the quarterback to Hornibrook. But he had the eyes down the field. Fumagalli threw his hands, and Nicholson right there to be able to handle what could have been a big completion. Right through Fumagalli's hands. The ball was where it had to be.
Fine hit by Monte Nicholson. Good, clean, strong hit. R.J. Shelton is back. And the fair catch called and made by Shelton after the 47-yard punt.
So they had themselves a big hit by Dimitri right there. Oh, that's really well done. Nice hit. Way to play the game.
11:14 remaining in the second quarter, and that time of possession number, normally a stat that you don't pay a lot of attention to, but for Wisconsin, it's been one of their biggest advantages over the years. They hang on to the football and don't let the other offense on the field.
Yeah, by the looks of it, with Hornibrook, they're going to hang on to it a lot longer. Because I mean, look, his sample's not very big, but what we're seeing right now, the early returns are very, very good.
From the 25 on first down, here's L.J. Scott. And Scott finds no running room at all. Leon Jacobs makes the tackle, no gain. How did we get to this matchup? Well, you see the beginning of the year after the win over LSU, Wisconsin rockets up into the rankings. A little dip down after the close call against Georgia State. Michigan State started at 12, and they saw the upswing after the win over Notre Dame. And thus 8 versus 11 here on BTN.
Very similar coaches. Very similar approaches. Their teams kind of look the same. They have great admiration and respect for each other. It's good football.
2nd and 10 on the option. Tough catch by Scott on the pitch, and Scott driven out at the 30-yard line by Leon Jacobs as we go back to Chicago and check in with Rick Pizzo, a T-Mobile studio update.
Minnesota has already rushed for 113 yards, including this 5-yard touchdown grind by Rodney Smith. Gophers over Colorado State 14-7 early in the second.
All right, Rick, thanks very much. Gophers to the early lead. Wisconsin the same with a 4-point lead here in East Lansing. And a 3rd and 6 for Michigan State. Pressure coming. O'Connor hit as he throws, intercepted by Shelton. Sojourn Shelton with the pick. The pressure from T.J. Edwards. O'Connor throws the pick, and Wisconsin in business in Michigan State territory.
That is the design of the defense. That's just really, really well done. Nice call. Nice call on that blitz. And it came clean. You're going to watch it. You're going to watch it from down on this backside. Here comes Edwards here. You're going to see a free blitzer coming. And that's going to be the determinator. Here it comes, right there. Oh, man, and Watt jumped over the block to get other pressure. Shelton was sitting back. It looked like he had man coverage on the top side, but he was playing off and was able to read the whole thing.
Short field now for the Badgers at the 28-yard line. The pitch, Clement. Clement trying to get to the edge. He won't get there. Darian Hicks with the ankle tackle. A loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, I told you, this Michigan State secondary can really run. They can run inside out. You're not going to get the edge on them very often. So you're going to have to get on your horse, and Clement couldn't quite get there.
Second and 12 at the 30-yard line. It's Ogunbowale in the backfield now. Hornibrook to the air. Jazz Peavy at the 25-yard line. That's incomplete. Darian Hicks on the coverage.
I want to go back and show you how this interception happened, because here's the pressure that's going to come. There's going to be 2. But I want you to watch, more importantly, down here, because they're in man-to-man, but he's going to stay off. He's called off coverage. Now, the advantage is you can see everything develop in front of you. And because of the pressure here, O'Connor lets the ball let go quickly, and the net results a pick.
Now remember, Michigan State's defense stiffening here in Wisconsin, down to their backup kicker today. 3rd and 12. Hornibrook floats this one to Peavy. Peavy's got it and got the sideline for the first down. Deontay Copeland saves the touchdown 22 yards later, and it's 1st and goal.
I'm going to sound like a broken record here. That's a great play call. That's a great play call. And he finds Peavy because the protection was good. Protection was good. He was able to get separation from the line, and the ball's where it had to be. That's just, I don't know what else to say. It's a great play. Just a great play.
First down and goal for the Badgers. Clement trying to show some patience, and he gets to the 5. Copeland, the first guy there.
Piece of the game that Paul Chryst loves is play action. You can only have an effective play action game if you run the football. And here's the key. It doesn't have to be huge chunks that you're getting. It's just the fact that you're still continuing to do it. They have to commit numbers to the run game, and that opens up the back end.
On 2nd and goal, Clement hurdling his own blocker, and he's down to the 1. 4-yard leap for Corey Clement. Guess that ankle's okay. He got some good takeoff. 3rd goal.
He was off the good ankle, not the bad ankle. Yeah. No, Clement makes a difference when he's in this offense. And we talked about it at the start of the game. He has some make you miss in him, and he can create, but he's also a patient runner.
3rd and goal. Do you play this thinking you might go for it on 4th and goal?
He did it before. I'd expect it again. Look for play action here.
On 3rd down, they'll give it to Clement. Clement will find the end zone for the Badgers.
I've got all the red jerseys in the stands happy. So you go inside, punch in the gut. Inside, punch in the gut. Now we're going to go outside. We're going to go outside. We're going to get to the edge, and Clement's feet are able to find him that. Nicely done in there. Ramczyk, number 65, that left tackle, made a nice block.
Endicott with the extra point. And that extra point by Endicott is no good. It'll stay a 10-point game.
And that's why they went for it before.
Corey Clement into the end zone after the Shelton interception started things off for the Badgers on the short field. Corey Clement into the end zone, making it a 10-point game. Coach D'Antonio not liking what he sees. (13-3) Wisconsin over Michigan State. Kevin Kugler, Matt Millen, Lisa Byington back with you from East Lansing after the missed extra point. Rosowski, the kickoff specialist, sends this one to Stewart, 3 yards deep, and out he comes. Stewart at the 10, tripped up before he could get to the 15-yard line. Good coverage by Wisconsin. Speaking of kicking, though, we talked about this at the beginning of the show. Andrew Endicott, this is pregame. A little warm-up early that didn't go his way. We got the leg warmed up and was able to bang from as much as 55 in warm-ups, but he'd never kicked in a game until today. Made his first, missed his second. Check in with Lisa Byington.
Yeah, well, you had mentioned that he hasn't kicked in 4 years since his senior year in high school, but the PS to that is his senior year in high school, he attempted just 2 field goals that year. He was really a safety and a wide receiver. He hurt his hand, and that's why he started concentrating on kicking. He said, it'd be great to get an extra point in before a field goal. I'm not going to lie, I have butterflies, and I just want to get that first field goal attempt out of the way.
We saw those butterflies when we looked into his eyes on the sidelines on one of our great shots from up here. You can see they were
like
wide. Ryan Conley.
Buzzard flies. So Michigan State. So you're a Mark D'Antonio coach football team. What do? You go back to what you do well. And that's be patient. Just continue running that football. You want to get first downs. The most important thing is to get a first down. Don't worry about a big play. That'll happen.
And movement. We've seen 2 false starts already today.
Disconcerting signals on the defense. Delay of game, number 65, 5-yard penalty, second down.
That's Olive Songapolu. And that is the first penalty against the Badgers in the last 6 quarters. And you would, if you'd had guessed, disconcerting signals would be the penalty.
I don't believe it's written that way because most of the guys don't understand what that word means.
So after that, it's second down and 2. And the give to Scott. And Scott breaking tackles has the first down to the 29-yard line. Hopefully Mike Pereira has no disconcerting signals as he joins us to break down the disconcerting signals rule.
Hey, I think Matt Millen ought to know this, by the way. This is the defensive team shouting out, trying to get imitate the cadence of the offensive call to draw a false start. It's a rule that's the same on all levels, as a matter of fact, except in the NFL, it's a 15-yard penalty as opposed to 5. But it's a deliberate act by the defense to try to draw a false start.
Who would do such a thing, Mike? Defenders would never do something like that.
Thank you, Mike.
Of course not, Matt. Of course not.
Mike Pereira, thank you very much. O'Connor on the roll on first down to the sideline, and that's out of bounds. Wonderful effort along the sideline by R.J. Shelton. Derek Tyndall on the coverage.
Shelton has to, in college football, he only has to get 1 foot down, but clearly he's out of bounds. Tyndall with the coverage there, you saw 25. Connor's got to get rid of the ball a little quicker. It was open. He just held on to it for 2 more steps. It needed to come out of his hands sooner.
Second and 10 at the 30-yard line. Tyler O'Connor in his 4th career start. Motion from Corley. And they'll give it to Corley on the end around. And Corley bringing a little bit of the lumber as he rolls into Ryan Conley and picks up 3.
Well defended. Well defended. This Corley kid's got some juice. They need to, when he's in the game, you need to know where he's at because number 9 can make big plays happen. Here we are in the 3rd down again. This is where Wisconsin wanted to get him, 3rd and 7+. Let's see if O'Connor can have a little bit of his own poise in the pocket now and deliver.
O'Connor with time, and he finds an open man for the first down. He sat in there until R.J. Shelton came open at the 46 and threw a strike to move the chains.
Yeah, and the reason he can throw that strike is right here. Look at that protection. That's really well done. That keeps his eyes down the field. A defender sitting right in the middle of the field. He was able to let him pass that, get to the next hole, and then the ball's delivered. That's well done.
At the 46-yard line, first down. Line in motion with Scott, the running back. O'Connor pressure up the middle. Heaves it for the sideline, incomplete. That pressure up the gut from Vince Beagle forced the errant throw, and it's second down. If you're hanging around your app store on Google Play, what I would advise you to do is either update it or download BTN to go, because it's now fully customizable for your favorite team. All kinds of new features. You can watch live games. You can get daily exclusive video from BTN. It's all right there, so update it right now or download it, Matt Millen, at the App Store and on Google Play.
Yeah, that's me, Mr. Technology. Happy I could turn it on.
Second and 10 at the 46. Here's Scott. And L.J. Scott down to the 49. He gets 3 before T.J. Edwards undercut him at the 49.
Kevin, this defense, in particular, the linebackers of this Wisconsin defense are probably, I mean, I know there's a team down in Ohio would have something to say about it, but this might be the best group of 4 I've seen in the Big Ten. They run well. They have great instincts. They understand football. That's the part that I love about it. They have great football intelligence.
Third down and 7. 4 receivers for the Spartans. O'Connor with pressure up the middle, able to get away. And now he's going to run. O'Connor with a lot of room for the first down and more. Out of bounds near the 36 of Wisconsin. A 14-yard scamper for Tyler O'Connor. T.J. Watt, Vince Beagle had the pressure, and he got away from it.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was Scott is the one. Yeah, it was Scott who cleared it. See it right there? He drew that backer out of there. And by doing that, it created the void that O'Connor saw and took advantage of. Yeah, O'Connor, this is what he needs to be. This is good. He's in control right now.
Down from the Badger 36. O'Connor, one-on-one coverage and incomplete. It was Corley against Shelton. That'll be a fun matchup to watch.
That is a nice matchup because Shelton's a next-level player. He's not very big, but Corley, just a freshman, he's got huge skills. You can watch him just from a week ago. Whenever they needed a big-time play, Corley was there. And this was against Notre Dame, and it doesn't get any better than this. He owned the ball. He just went and got it. That's what you need from a guy who can do that consistently, and he does it.
Well, consistently being the last catch he had in high school was a very similar play. It was a Hail Mary touchdown that won the Division II state championship game. That was the last catch that he had for a score until that one against Notre Dame.
Yeah, show off.
Second and 10. And Shelton with the catch, and then immediately driven down by Shelton. So R.J. Shelton, the Wisconsin native, tackled by Sojourn Shelton, the native of Florida. Coming up at halftime, Mike Stanley and Howard have all the scores and highlights from today's Big Ten action. That's coming up on the Buffalo Wild Wings halftime report.
Sojourn Shelton's playing a really good game. You ask him to be in man coverage. He uses all of his help. You ask him to play in that off man. He read the quarterback really well, came up with a nice pick. Let's see what happens here on his third down. You can't say he's short anymore. He's vertically challenged, but he knows how to play the game.
Price the motion man on 3rd and 5. O'Connor looking to the sideline. He's got a first down to Monty Medeiros, and Medeiros out of bounds at the Badger 22. 8 on the completion to move the chains.
O'Connor he's got it right now. He's got the feel. Yeah, that's a catch. That left foot is in, the right foot is in. Medeiros has both really well done, but this is on O'Connor. O'Connor, really good job. Had a little pressure from Beagle, but just stood in there and delivered. This is fun, man. What a great game.
From the 22 on first down. O'Connor's open. could not connect with his fullback Prescott line.
He missed it early. Line came clean right away. And you're going to watch him go through, and there's nobody around him. Watch the fullback right here. He's going to come right, and this void is wide open. And O'Connor's got to get his head around right here. Right now, he's got to see it. He sees it a little late, and it allows the safety to come over. The ball was thrown behind because the defender was closing on it. But it sets up this. You got 2nd down and 10.
From the Badger 22, trailing by 10. O'Connor will set up the screen to Medeiros, and Medeiros going nowhere. Well defended by Wisconsin. Derek Tyndall makes the tackle immediately, and a timeout utilized by Michigan State.
Timeout. Michigan State.
Nice close on that
first
thing.
of the half.
We'll step aside with Wisconsin leading 13-3. Michigan State trailing 13-3, facing a crucial 3rd and 11 at the Badger 23-yard line, as you see the co-brain trust for Michigan State, Jim Bowman and Dave Warner.
Dave Warner's got that hat on right now, and he knows he's got to score because this thing could become in Super Bowl. We wouldn't want that to happen. That's disconcerting for you, isn't it?
It very much is.
Nice blitz.
3rd and 11, and that pressure forced the early throw incomplete. He was looking for Price, but T.J. Watt leading that pressure for Wisconsin, and now 4th down.
Yeah, on the top side, that's a great call. Great call by Bowman, the D coordinator, to get see it on the top side. Here they come. Oh, nice slip to the inside. Watt is there. Beagle's there. They got a whole host of them there. And a good job on the backside and coverage. They were able to get their hands on Price, and that negated the throw.
40-yard field goal try for Geiger. He hit from 48 earlier, and Geiger's kick is good. Wisconsin missing that extra point earlier, and now just a touchdown and an extra point would tie it for Michigan State. Wisconsin 13, Michigan State 6, 1:18 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Later on today, our busy day of action continues on BTN. Wake Forest matching up with Indiana later on. Then in primetime, 20th ranked Nebraska for the matchup against Northwestern under the lights in primetime. Yeah, that's worth watching tonight and today. We'll have coverage continuing right after our game. BTN and BTN to go is where you'll find all the action.
Kevin, they showed that shot on the sideline of Hornibrook there with Paul Christ, and it just struck me that they're kind of the same guy in terms of their demeanor. Paul doesn't get too up or too down at any time. He's kind of always under control, and that's the way his quarterback is. And so far, so good for them.
Ogunbowale from a yard deep. Out he comes. To the 10, got a block. Cuts back at the 15, and he's down at the 18-yard line. Josh Butler on the stop for Michigan State. And speaking of Dario Ogunbowale, he's our United States Marine Corps leader of the game. He's an economics major. He's co-president of Beyond the Game. The university's Beyond the Game initiative is an initiative that confronts the challenge of student athletes who face the end of their eligibility to play without identifying viable careers beyond professional sports. In other words, he's helping guys figure out what to do once the sports life comes to an end. From the 18-yard line on 1st down. All 3 timeouts for Wisconsin. Starting at their 18. Ogunbowale got a hole. Nice little stutter step and caught at the 34-yard line. Let's check in downstairs with Lisa Byington.
Well, it was interesting to listen in on the Michigan State defensive side. The guys with the biggest chip on their shoulders was the defensive line. They didn't get their goal right there on that play. They wanted to stop on the first 2 downs and put Wisconsin in a 3rd and 10. But Matt, what they are also concerned about is they said Wisconsin is overloading its protection. They felt like they could get an end rush that might open up here or maybe in the 2nd half.
Ogunbowale is showing some nice moves as he gets out to the 42. Chris Fry on the stop.
And to piggyback on what Lisa said, what they're doing in that pass rush stuff, and they're keeping an extra guy in for protections, and they're also bringing numbers on the other side.
There's Ogunbowale again, upended at the 45 by Monte Nicholson. That's a 1st down. The clock will stop while the chains move. They still have all 3 timeouts, and now they're going to use their first.
No,
there's an injured player. It's Chris Fry. who is down at
Since the player was
midfield.
injured after a first down, there's no option for a 10-second runoff.
So Chris Fry will be helped up. Remember, already down Riley Bulla in that linebacking core. You saw him on the sidelines.
So, Kevin, the hard part for Wisconsin right here is they don't know where that line is to get to. So your guy missed a couple of extra points, or he misses an extra point. Do you take a shot from where? Where do you have to get it to the 30 so you can get a 47-yard field goal, or do you got to get to the 20? I would think closer the better, but you got to manage this. It's only 24 seconds.
Clock continuing to roll as well. Hornibrook with some time over the middle, and that's incomplete. He was looking for a well-covered Rob Wheelwright.
And by well-covered, you mean 3 defenders.
Yes.
And that was, it's just, you know, it's just kind of a, you know, normal day at the beach. You got a couple defenders sitting there. What the heck? I'm not doing anything else. Let's go converge on the receiver. There's not a lot of room to throw into.
Look, Rob Wheelwright was not lonely out there. Chris Fry, however, back on the field for Michigan State. He missed exactly 1 play, and now a timeout utilized by the Spartans on second down and 10.
Michigan State.
Quick timeout here in East Lansing. Final seconds of the first half to timeout. 14 seconds to go. You've got all 3 timeouts, a second and 10 at the 45. How adventuresome does Paul Chryst get here if you're looking at this from an offensive standpoint?
Well, he can use the whole field. He can get to the middle, and that's what he's been attacking. So I would expect if he's going to do something, he'll get down here to about maybe to the 35-yard line.
Hornibrook looking on the sideline, finds Jazz Peavy, and he's short of the 35 that Matt projected by 1.5 yards at the 36.5-yard line.
I got to fix my glasses.
And now a timeout will be utilized by Wisconsin. 8 seconds remaining in this first half. Wisconsin creeping closer. A quick 30-second break. Badgers looking for, in basketball parlance, what they would call a 2-for-1, trying to get a score right before and then getting it back again to start the second half. A chance with 8 seconds remaining to try and work themselves into field goal range.
So you can't take a shot here because it's going to take up the whole 8 seconds. He's going to have to get maybe to about the 25-yard line. The ball has to come out pretty quick. And so I would think maybe Fumagalli to the middle of the field and call a quick timeout. Keep your eyes right there on Fumagalli.
At the 37. Hornibrook in trouble. He's sacked. Raekwon Williams with the sack. 1 second remaining and a timeout used by Wisconsin.
Good coverage down the field. He took away the initial read right away, and Raekwon Williams doubled back and was able to make that. You saw a lot of green. That was because they were in man coverage. See, his eyes are downfield, so there's man. They played a zone underneath with a guy sitting over the top.
And Chryst gets the timeout with 1 second to go. And how about this? They're going to bring Andrew Endicott, the senior, for his first career field goal attempt from 55 yards.
And here's the important thing. You don't know if he could make it. So look what Michigan State's done. They put a guy back in the back of the end zone. If it's short, they can bring that back.
And Michigan State with the timeout. It's not just any guy back there. It's Donnie Corley back there.
Not too shabby. So what they're going to discuss up front is this. Look, if it's a short kick, or if the kick does not make it through, you've got to be able to form a return and have a plan for this thing. And so that's one of the things that they're talking about to this Michigan State defense right now. Conversely, on the other side, you've got to get guys in here who can cover. You got to get guys who can run. So it's interesting. What are they going to? They're going to change. They're not going to try the field goal.
And it's not Corley who is back. Monte Nicholson, the other 9.
Yeah, they just
back.
pulled their.
And now they've pulled the kicker.
Right.
So Andrew Endicott's moment was brief and never actually happened. So now the offense back and the defense back.
That's called an okey-doke. So if you're Hornibrook, take a shot. What the heck? You got 1 second. Throw it to the back of the end zone. It's either incomplete or who knows.
So now a timeout will be used by Wisconsin. Dueling timeouts here in East Lansing.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Anything to get you to sing
the
random songs that are floating around in your head.
It doesn't take much.
Your poor wife.
You know too well. The other thing you have to understand here right now is so it takes a little time to be able to get the Wisconsin receiving corps is not the fastest group in the world. So if you're going to get down there, you're going to have a little bit of time. You might want to move Hornibrook out of that middle. Cooper, keep your eye on 98. He's got speed to the top side as a pass rusher.
You saw the secondary dropping a good 35 yards off the line, back near the goal line. Final play of the half. Hornibrook looking for the sideline. That's intercepted. Picked off by Darian Hicks, and that is how the half comes to an end.
Not a good decision. Didn't understand that one at all.
So Hornibrook throws the interception. Hicks with the pick, his first of the year, and now we go to halftime. Wisconsin going to get the ball to start the second half.
But what we have is exactly what we thought we were going to get. Two evenly matched teams, two teams that understand what they are and what they can do and can't do. And so this is just an underthrown ball. This ball should have been pushed back into it should have been pushed back. See, they had another layer behind that, which is why he's afraid to throw it too deep. But so he went underneath. So you live for another down. It's the last play of the game, a half. You don't worry about it. What it does say, what did we learn from the first half, Kevin? We learned that Hornibrook has great poise. He is accurate as advertised. They can run the football, and it also means we're going to have a great second half.
You see Wisconsin and then the layer of referees are what separate the Badgers and the Spartans as they go down the one tunnel to their respective locker rooms. So it takes a little longer to get off the field at Spartan Stadium. A little extra break for these guys as they'll catch their breath after a 13-6 first half. Wisconsin 13, Michigan State 6 as we get set to start the third quarter. Kevin Kugler, Matt Millen, Lisa Byington from East Lansing, Michigan, and Alex Hornibrook, the freshman from Westchester, Pennsylvania, making his first start of the day, or first start of his career rather, today for Wisconsin. He's been solid.
He's been more than solid. He's been dependable, and he's been a guy that they've been able to lean on, and he's made the throws. He's been well protected, but he has the poise, and he comes as advertised. I would expect to see here in the second half, much like we saw in the first half, a well-called game by Paul Chryst and a well-played game by Hornibrook.
Let's check in downstairs with Lisa Byington.
Yeah, well, Alex Hornibrook has been a thorn in Mark D'Antonio's side. He must have mentioned to me about 4 times, hey, we have to get off third down. Their quarterback is taking it to us. So he mentioned that a couple times. He mentioned about 6 or 7 other things that he was unhappy with, but then he said, look, we're only down by 7 points. Offensively, he did express his concern about pass protection on Tyler O'Connor, and he said if we can't protect him, that could affect our play calling in the second half. A brief conversation with Wisconsin's Paul Chryst. He was happy, obviously, with Alex Hornibrook, but I asked him, when will you use Andrew Endicott? He said, I only feel comfortable about 25 yards and in.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't say who.
Andrew Endicott, the kicker, taking over today for the injured Rafael Gaglianone. And we saw Endicott miss the extra point earlier in this one. The first half statistics, 177 yards, 2 turnovers for Wisconsin, but the third down number strong for both, but add 2 for 2 on fourth down to those 5 for 8 conversions on third down.
And to piggyback off what you're bringing point up is the fact that that's all on Hornibrook. He was well protected, but he also, he's got ice in his veins. It's fun to watch. Conversely, what Mark D'Antonio said, if we can't protect them, and that goes back to, I thought Watt in the first half and Beagle both had very strong pass rushing first halves, and they did a nice job of calling blitzes.
To that point, how does Mark D'Antonio try to adjust for better protection in the second?
Okay, simple. It's real simple. For the first thing you do is you're going to go back to what you do well. So run the football, play action off of that. And so whenever you have play action, you get an extra blocker in there, and that should be able to handle it. But you have to identify it first. What Wisconsin's been doing is bringing an extra guy to the weak side, or to the fewer man side.
Wisconsin will get the football to start this second half. They won the toss, elected to defer. And they have chosen the option of the football here as Kevin Cronin gets ready to kick off to start this second half. Dare Ogunbowale, the deep man for the Badgers from the 3. Ogunbowale with blockers in front. A flag is down, and Ogunbowale down at the 21-yard line. No penalties last week against the Wisconsin Badgers, and only 8 all year entering play today.
Well, that first flag was only about like maybe a 5-yard throw, but that second flag, that was about a 35-yard throw.
Number 9, 10-yard penalty, first down.
So back them up, and Wisconsin's going to start deep in their own end to start this third quarter.
I thought this Wisconsin offensive line blocked exceptionally well in the first half. In particular, Malik McDowell, number 4. That guy, if you're going to have any success, you have to get him blocked. And they did a pretty good job against McDowell here in the first half. Let's see what happens here in the second.
Shane Jones, the middle linebacker, replacing the injured Riley Bulla, out today for Michigan State. First down. Clement with the carry, and he runs right into the arms of big Malik McDowell at the 12-yard line, a gain of 1.
Yeah, what makes McDowell so special is he can be as effective laterally as he is horizontally. Now watch him just coming right down the line. Now he's got some help on the outside. That was a good job of establishing the point. But McDowell can go sideline to sideline. He's a big athlete. He's a powerful athlete, and they need him to play here in the second half.
Second down. Hornibrook with protection, and it's almost intercepted. Demetrius Cox had it in his hands.
Like we said earlier, the windows are small because this secondary is going to cover you, and they are all over him. They're right on Fumagalli at that back. He just got on top of the backer, but Cox came over, almost had himself a big play.
Not so sure if he doesn't pull that one in. He's not dancing to the end zone.
It's 6. Working off the play action. That's what they did. Got the backers pulled up.
Third down and 9. Badgers were 5 for 8 in the first half on third down. Pressure coming. And Hornibrook had to get rid of it to Jazz Peavy. It's incomplete. And the Spartan defense standing strong on the first series of the second half.
Exactly what they had to do, Kev. They got some pressure on Hornibrook, and he felt it on that last one. Good coverage on second down. Good pressure on third down. Williams right there in the middle of that thing. Oh, Cooper, 98, not 99.
Lottie to punt. Shelton waiting at midfield. Spartans should have excellent field position. That'll bounce and kick directly out of bounds, and Michigan State's going to start at midfield. A 38-yard punt, and now Tyler O'Connor and this Spartan offense trying to go to work. Pass protection, a big concern for Mark D'Antonio, as he told Lisa Byington. Does the running game need to crank it up here a little bit for Michigan State?
Oh, absolutely, but they're going to do that. The one thing you love about both these teams is they're not afraid to just gain 2 or 3 yards. They're going to come back to that because that's what they do. And as the game wears on, that's when they make their plays.
L.J. Scott, the running back. First down carry for Scott. And Scott picking forward. Good gain of 7 yards on first down.
Yeah, so this is designed so they balance the front and they motion back. And what that does with the single back is that gives you, they're handing him the ball deeper in the backfield. And what that is designed to do is you start to get your defense to flow one way, and then you cut it back the other way. And they're putting that all in the eyes of that runner.
On second down, Scott again. And Scott fumbles the football. Ball loose, and it's Musso who's got it. Musso with a spin. Musso with blockers. Musso got a block, and he's got a touchdown.
You just saw the running back in Musso come out. 63-yard fumble return for 6. And Kevin, at the end of that run, there was one guy who could have made a play, and Musso slowed down to allow his blockers to catch up to him. The ball comes out right there. Dixon did an outstanding job of getting his helmet on the ball. Right there, ball's out. Fortuitous bounce. Now watch him run. This is outstanding running. He beats O'Connor and then allows his blockers to do the rest, and there's 6 quick.
And the extra point is good, and the Badger lead grows to 20-6. Leo Musso, 87 times in his high school career with a touchdown. He grabs one here in East Lansing. 20-6 lead after the forced fumble by Dakota Dixon, the recovery, the scoop, and the score by Leo Musso, and the two that combined to make it a 20-6 lead. You want a different look? Check out BTN to go all game long. We're streaming our Skycam feed live at BTN to go all game long. If you want to watch it from a different angle, the Skycam angle, that's where you'll find it.
That's a great look, especially for inside football. You want to see some good interior line play. That's the way to go.
So the Badgers with a 20-6 lead, and Shelton is going to watch that one sail through the end zone for the touchback. Let's go back to the fumble, the scoop, and the score by Leo Musso.
Well, it all starts with Dakota Dixon, the junior from New Smyrna Beach, Florida high school. And watch Musso right here. Now you can tell, you know, he had, like you said, 87 touchdowns. Yeah, that wasn't his first time. Did you see how he slowed down just the little things? He knows what to do with the ball in his hands, and that was the right guy for that ball to get to, because Musso was in familiar territory.
5,531 career rushing yards and 87 touchdowns in his high school career. Something tells me this one may be more memorable than most of the other 87 that he scored. From the 25, Spartans back to work, trying to find some offense. Here's Scott on first down, and Scott runs into a wall. That wall, Olive Songapolu, and Songapolu standing up Scott for no gain.
Yeah, Songapolu is their power guy on the inside. Olive is just a big, powerful man. He's playing that nose position. All they're asking him to do is take that nose and control him, put him in the backfield. And sounds simple, it's hard to do, but he does it well.
His uncle, a guy familiar to Spartan fans, now a Cincinnati Bengal, D'Amato Pecco.
Ah, there you go. Another good player.
2nd and 10 at the 25. O'Connor to the sideline, leaping grab by Medeiros, and that's a first down.
Good protection. Nicely protected. When O'Connor has a clean pocket, he's been right on the money.
You get the sense Michigan State needed a little something to feel good offensively right now.
Yeah, and they need a score here. They've got to come down here and at least get 3, but they need 6.
First down at the 35, nowhere to go for L.J. Scott. First guy into the backfield, Jack Sitchie. And if there was a lane, it closed quickly.
Yeah, well, Sitchie did a really nice job of, that's what you call setting the points, setting the edge. So once that you're not moving, it's hard. It's right at the. It's right here. Watch it. He's going to set this side, and there's nowhere to go except back inside. He doesn't move. He takes that thing on and forces it back inside. Sitchy does a nice job with Beagle and forces this 2nd and long.
O'Connor to the air, and that's incomplete. He was looking for Medeiros. Had to deal with Derek Tyndall jumping in front of that pass. Tyndall had designs on a pick 6.
Tyndall read that extremely well. It sets up this 3rd and long. Again, advantage Wisconsin. This is where they like to get him. 3rd long, and now you can have a whole different guys to be able to get pressure. And in comes Corley, number 9, the receiver, to the top side of your screen.
He's a big play guy. Can he come up with a big play here on 3rd and 10? O'Connor under pressure with a flag down. O'Connor will go down back at the 33-yard line. Connor Sheehy able to close the door on Tyler O'Connor.
They're going to get a, looked like a holding call, and they'll decline it.
Offense, number 55. Penalties decline, 4th down.
That's Machado, the right tackle. That's Beagle. Yeah, you're going to see him on the left side. There's Beagle, and he gets a little bit of a horse collar action and forces that thing, and he's able to finish it off. Beagle's played himself a heck of a game, as has Watt, and actually this whole defense has played well today.
Michigan State just 146 total yards as Jazz Peavy lets that one bounce, and it'll take a Michigan State roll inside the 25. 44-yard punt, no return, down at the 23. Badgers going back to work, up 20-6. Thursday night, the Hall of Fame ceremony at Michigan State. We've seen the honorees throughout the day here in East Lansing. Wisconsin, though, trying to spoil this beautiful day for the folks in East Lansing. A 20-6 lead with 10:38 to go in the 3rd. The Badgers with the ball at their own 23-yard line. Hornibrook to the air on 1st down. Pressure coming. Hornibrook in trouble, and he's sacked. First guy into the backfield was Shane Jones. Demetrius Cooper finished him off.
Shane Jones is taking the place of Riley Bullen, the middle linebacker. So what does that tell you? That means that backer's coming. They come with a delayed blitz that time. Cooper finishes it off, but Jones was there first. Well done, good read. It sets up 2nd and long.
Second down and 16 with 10 minutes to go in the 3rd. Ogunbowale on the draw. And driven down, ran right into the arms of John Reschke as we check in downstairs with Lisa Byington.
Kevin, we showed you the Spartan Athletic Hall of Fame class for this year. The other person who's a member of that was Michigan State punter Mike Sadler. And you see the number 3 there on the field. That was actually Mark D'Antonio's idea. And he had emailed people in the athletic staff and the grounds crew and said, and this was after they just beat Notre Dame, and said, hey, let's put that on the field. You see athletic director Mark Hollis meeting with his mother Karen, and she was talking to me in tears, very reflective tears, saying it's overwhelming how much he impacted people in such a positive way.
Well, it certainly was an extremely sad day for the conference, the day of that accident. Thank you very much, Lisa. As Hornibrook to the air on 3rd down, and he gets the first to the sideline, finding George Rushing to move the chains.
He is not fazed by pressure. We got a Spartan down.
Officials time, injured player.
And it's John Reschke who is down.
He just made a big hit there on 2nd down. So they came with a blitz on the top side. It's man-to-man. He's playing off coverage, but a lot of time, and he just knows where the sticks is. Rushing's able to make that catch because of the protection and Hornibrook's calm.
And here's Reschke, who made his season debut against Notre Dame after missing the opener against Furman. Coaches to a man say, oh, we're so happy to get John Reschke back. We were so thrilled to have him back on the field. Andrew Dowell moves into the lineup now, the sophomore from North Ridgeville, Ohio. John Reschke, a guy that the Spartans need to have out on the field. Already without Riley Bullough, their middle linebacker, injured, according to Lisa Byington, pre-Notre Dame. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Clement on 1st down. Not much in the backfield, and he dives ahead for a yard. Gets what he can out of that play, and it's 2nd down and 9.
The calm of Hornibrook is what I can't get over. His first start in a big-time atmosphere, in a big-time game, he just doesn't get phased. He's just like, yeah, I did this before, I'll do it again. It's impressive.
2nd and 9 at the 38. Hornibrook off the play fake, short to his tight end Steffes, and Steffes a short gain thanks to the play of Chris Fry, who got out there to make the stop.
Good discipline by Fry. They're trying to go play action, draw things away from him. It's going to set up this 3rd down. So here's the thing. Michigan State has not gotten good pressure unless they've blitzed. And absent a blitz, Hornibrook's had good time to be able to survey the field, and he's been winning on the inside.
Third down and 8 at the 39. And this play is stopped before it starts. And a timeout was used by Michigan State.
Timeout, Michigan State. It'll be a full charge. Timeout.
We'll take the timeout with them. 7:33 remaining in the 3rd. .33 remaining in the 3rd. 20-6, Wisconsin leading. Kevin Kugler alongside Matt Millen with Lisa Byington on the field. 3rd and 8 for Wisconsin.
Last time they showed a zone, Michigan State did, and they brought the corner.
Not bringing the pressure this time. Hornibrook to the sideline. What a throw! He found Jazz Peavy in great coverage, and he dropped it over his shoulder for the 1st down at the Spartan 30-yard line.
Well, Demetrius Cox had that coverage, and it was all over him. And then to the top side, you had Hicks. See, Hicks is going to fall back, but this is just dropping a dime right in between. That is a great, accurate throw. Well done by Hornibrook.
My goodness.
That's a big-time play.
You can't put it in a better spot. That was the only spot it could go. First down at the 30-yard line. Ogunbowale stepped out of his towel as he turned the corner, and he's down at the 26-yard line. 4-yard pickup on the play for Dare Ogunbowale.
Ogunbowale, he's got a little bit of that crazy legs Hirsch in him. Like he's kind of all over the place, but he's always gaining ground. He's got good toughness. Yeah, take a good look at this. Yeah, look at that nice, that's called a hold in most places. They grabbed him by the shoulder.
Had it been flag football, he'd have been down. Shane Jones able to pull that towel off. 2nd and 6. Ogunbowale pushing forward. And Ogunbowale down to the 23-yard line. Copeland on the tackle. So now 3rd down, and Mike Tressel trying to figure out a way to get this Wisconsin offense off the field.
See how he has a different color hat. That's so the defensive play caller can identify him easier. Here's Riley Bullough, the middle linebacker, who's obviously not playing today. But and how much do they miss a guy like that? Well, quite a bit. Quite a bit. Especially he's the guy who gets everybody lined up in the right spots.
Play action on 3rd down. Hornibrook to the air. Banging off one tackle attempt. Fumagalli. Demetrius Cox was the first one there, and now it's 4th down. And remember, Paul Chryst mentioning to Lisa Byington, not sure he feels confident with Endicott any more than 25 on in. Well, they're outside a 25-yard field goal range right now.
Yeah, and they're going to give it a shot. Here comes the whole group. So Cox, Demetrius Cox, that was a really good read on that last play to set this field go up. So Endicott, if he misses it, you pat him on the back. If he makes it, you make a big deal out of it. He needs one here in this 41-yard attempt to have a little confidence.
Andrew Endicott lining up from 41 yards, and Endicott's field goal is good. And there's the confidence that you were talking about. Paul Christ, a vote of confidence for Andrew Endicott, and he delivers with 3 points.
And it's 23-6, and I think it's going, you're looking at scores from across the country. People are going, whoa, what's going on with Wisconsin?
What's going on is Andrew Endicott fired up with his first field goal. (23-6) as the kickoff comes after the field goal. From the goal line, out comes Shelton. And Shelton pounded down at the 21-yard line. And the Spartans going back to work. Ryan Conley with the big hit. There's a much more relaxed kicker, Andrew Endicott, getting some congratulations on the sideline.
And that's what they need, so they got to pump that kid up a little bit. That's a nice job.
Now, if you're Michigan State, this is a critical possession right now, down 23-6.
Yeah, you've got to get point. You need 7. That's what you got to get your 6 points down. Get that extra point. You got to get back in this game.
Going to Madre London right now at tailback. From the 21-yard line, first down. And it's Corley. And Corley buried at the 21. No gain on the play as we go to Chicago and get a T-Mobile studio update from Rick Pizzo.
Raked across the goal line.
Well, Purdue has erased a 14-3 deficit against Nevada. This Markel Jones touchdown run putting the Boilers up by 3. Elsewhere, Minnesota's lead over Colorado State extended to 10.
All right, Rick, thanks very much. Donnie Corley trying to get the edge, but Wisconsin all over it on that first down play. Now 2nd and 10.
Corner did a great job of forcing it back inside. Really well played.
On 2nd down, O'Connor with the pump.
Double move.
Looking deep for Medeiros, and it hit the helmet of the defender, Figaro, and it's incomplete.
Figaro, look, I want to show you for young defenders what you have to be able to do. There's a flag down in the backfield, but Figaro got beat on the double move. And so the thing is, don't look back. Just turn and get to the receiver. And that's what he did, and it was an incompletion. Let's see what the flag is.
It's going to go against Michigan State. Our referee, Jerry McGinn, is checking with Paul Christ to see what he wants to do.
This is a good crew. McGinn's crew's been outstanding.
Personal foul, chop block, offense, number 28 and 79. Penalties decline, 3rd down.
Madre London and Cody Keeler combined on the chop block.
You can see him way up here in the top. Okay, so there's the double move. Now, turn. All you got to do is you got to turn and you got to make up time and hope for the best. And that was. The ball's a little underthrown, but did a great job of getting to his coverage.
So now 3rd down and 10 at the 21. Pressure coming. O'Connor has it picked up, but he's trying to force that one into Felton Davis III, who was well covered. And the Badger defense stymies the Spartans again.
Kevin, so what did they do? They kept an extra guy in for protection. It was a 2-man route, and they doubled both guys on either side. The protection, they kept the backs in. They had a 7-man protect. They had nowhere to go with the football. Outstanding coverage. Great job of defense by Wisconsin. He's got them befuddled right now. As Justin Wilcox, the defensive coordinator, is calling one heck of a football game.
And the punt slips through the hands of Hartbarger. And the Badgers are going to have it at the Michigan State 5-yard line.
They score here, it will be in Super Bowl. That's going to be tough to overcome. Bad snap. Well, the snap was high, and it went through his hands. Well, he made a bad play. It'd be worse by not holding on to it.
So the punt snapped through his hands, and the Badgers with a chance to put a lot of daylight between themselves and the Spartans if they can punch it in here. Corey Clement, the running back. He'll get the call. Clement trying to get to the edge. He's in for the touchdown.
If I were Don Meredith, I might start singing right now.
29-6. And Wisconsin on the road. What a performance today by the Badgers.
With a first-time quarterback who dropped a dime on the last series and then turned it over to his O-line and Corey Clement on this series.
The extra point is good, and 30 points on the board for Wisconsin. The Badgers' Corey Clement finds the end zone for the second time today. And Wisconsin stunning this home crowd with a 30-6 lead. This capacity crowd in East Lansing is quiet right now. Corey Clement and the Wisconsin Badgers making it that way. A 30-6 advantage for Wisconsin after the fumbled snap on the punt. Badgers one play later punch it in. Now Shelton trying to give the Spartans good field position, and he'll be stopped short of the 25-yard line. 30-6 Wisconsin with the lead. Kevin Kugler alongside Matt Millen, and this one is a surprise to everybody.
Yeah, it's a surprise, but it's also validation. It's validation that what Paul Chryst saw in his young quarterback was 100% right. It's validation that what they thought about their defense and their ability to make big plays was right. And it's also coming off an emotional win here at Notre Dame, and you got to wonder, you know, where they were in that whole thing. So here's the good news. There's still time. You got almost 4 minutes left here in the third. Go down and get some points.
O'Connor back to work, 8 for 22 for 67 yards. He'll go to the air on first down, and O'Connor able to complete it. Nice catch with contact by Josiah Price, and that's a first down.
Yeah, nice catch by Price, and Busso read that the whole way. He just tracked them all the way through. Well thrown ball. That's good football play. Now, what Michigan State doesn't have to do is they don't have to get big chunks. They just got to get the 10 yards. Get down and get 6.
O'Connor to the sideline. Good leaping grab by Medeiros. Into Badger territory at the 45.
Good job by O'Connor. Now, that was either going to be over the top shoulder or a back shoulder throw, depending on where Medeiros is. The coverage was on the top side, so you throw it behind. Medeiros adjusts nicely.
16 more on that one. Michigan State 24-2 against Big Ten opponents since 2013. Behind big here, and on first down, trying to find a little running room. Mondre London to the 40-yard line. TJ Edwards on the stop. Give him an extra yard to the 39 and a pickup of 6.
Just move those chains. Don't have to get it all back at once. There's a lot of time.
This Badger defense today, what a job they have done limiting this Spartan offense. Michigan State, only their first productive drive in the last 4 or 5 possessions. And O'Connor with a shovel pass ahead to his tight end, Josiah Price, and Price at the 38 stopped 3 yards shy of a first down. And now a flag in very late at the end of the play.
And Michigan State guys clapping.
Was going to be 3rd and 3.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense, number 47. It's his first of the half. It's a 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
That's Vince Beagle. Rare mistake from the senior linebacker.
Well, he's getting a little fired up there, so I guess they must have used some colorful language. No, you can't give any opportunity here. That's a mistake by Beagle.
From the 23-yard line, O'Connor with the pump. Rolls and fires for the end zone, incomplete. He was looking for Corley. Sojourn Shelton lurking out there, and it's second down.
Good coverage by Shelton. Stayed to the top side. Didn't, you know, he felt a little pressure and rolled to that side. He just threw it away, lived for another down. It's the right thing to do.
Michigan State with 169 yards. This after 501 a week ago against Notre Dame. And the run game has been hard to come by. 68 yards rushing today for the Spartans. Here's L.J. Scott. Breaks a tackle and down to the 20. 3-yard gain on the play. Garrett Dooley helping to shut him down. Let's check in quickly with Lisa Byington.
I've been watching Michigan State's sideline, and Matt, you called it the Alex Hornibrook dropped dime. That was the first time that I noticed a significant body language change here on the sideline. There was a collective and deflated sigh. It's now turned angry, but it's interesting to me that the ones who are the most vocal, saying, take this personally, let's make our big plays, are not the starters, they're the subs. The starters are the ones who are sitting around looking stunned.
Funny how that works, huh?
Third down and 7 at the 20. O'Connor on the roll, throws into traffic, and it's intercepted by T.J. Edwards. And a flag in at the end of the play, well after the interception.
Okay, I have a foul number 8 unsportsmanlike on them. Okay. So we're going to go half the distance.
It's going to go against Wisconsin.
Jerry McGinn.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense. Number 8. Be half the distance to the goal. First down.
Sojourn Shelton called for the unsportsmanlike as T.J. Edwards makes the diving pick.
You know, Edwards was a quarterback in high school. Never played linebacker. They moved him to linebacker last year. And now he's starting to look like one. He's 240 pounds. But what he has is really good instincts, especially in the pass game. You saw him there.
Well, he's not used to losing. He comes to Wisconsin, wins a bunch. He was 17-3 as a starting quarterback in his high school career.
Wow.
Their third takeaway today after the penalty. The Badgers will start from their own 7-yard line, but Michigan State absolutely had to cash in on that possession, and they turn away again with nothing to show for it. And now Wisconsin can start to grind once more. Clement on first down with a hole. Clement into the secondary. And Clement down at the 30 in the arms of Demetrius Cox. A 23-yard pop for Corey Clement and a first down.
Well, we said at the start, he makes a difference when he's in this offense. And this is what difference makers do. You give him a little crease and he's going to find it. Michigan State, they tried to put an extra guy up there in the box. They brought him off the edge. They just ran away from it. Corey Clement made him pay.
And Wisconsin is not going to be in any hurry to snap this one until the fourth quarter begins in East Lansing. It's been a while since the Badgers got a win at Michigan State, their first since 2002, and in a series that is normally close. It has been all Wisconsin in this one. The Badgers rolling on the road, much to the chagrin of Mark D'Antonio. 30-6 after 3. Only the most optimistic Badger fans could have expected a 30-6 lead to start the fourth quarter. Maybe he's one of them. Kevin Kugler, Matt Millen, Lisa Byington from East Lansing.
He's also optimistic. Elvis is still around.
There's Clement. And Clement out to the 32, picks up a pair. Today's Duluth Trading hardest working player is Alex Hornibrook. What a day. His first start, 168 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception on the road in front of a packed house against a very good team in Michigan State.
And what I would say is take those numbers and throw them out. They don't really matter because it's how he went about his business that's more important and impressive.
2nd and 9 at the 31. That's Fumagalli in motion. Hornibrook with time. Fumagalli with the catch. How in the world did Hornibrook thread that one into his tight end? 19 yards and a first down.
Demetrius Cox was right there. Look at this thing. Cox has a shot. It's unbelievable. That's as good as it gets. Nicholson on one side, Cox on the other, but Fumagalli's got the ball. It's a great throw.
How many times today have we said that about Alex Hornibrook?
That's the accuracy they were all raving about. Here it is in full view of everyone.
From midfield on first down, this is the fullback Ramish who gets the carry, and Ramish to the Spartan 45 gets 5 on that first down carry.
That's a good fullback name. Like Ramish, like if I said to you Ramish, you'd go fullback, guaranteed. And that's what he is. Just a big old Ramish. You just Ramish him right up inside. Kind of like Matt Suey.
Fullback.
Yep, you know it. Ramish, like that.
2nd and 5 at the 45. Ogunbowale now at running back. He gets the carry. Good cutback. Flag down as he dances into the arms of Dowell and Cox on the outside after a gain of a yard. Looks like the Badgers may be backing up, though.
Quiet day for Malik McDowell. They've done a nice job taking care of blocking that front of Michigan State.
There's no foul on the play for offensive holding. 3rd down.
They're not going to be backing up, so put it at the 44, and it's 3rd down and 4. Busy day here on BTN. We've got Indiana Wake Forest coming up. Then at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 20th ranked Nebraska will go to work against Northwestern. Coverage starts right after our game on BTN. You can also find it BTN to go. 3rd down and 4 at the 44.
Keep your eyes on Fumagalli again. He's had himself a big day today.
And this one will stop before it starts.
Timeout, Wisconsin. It's the first of the half.
So the Badgers with the timeout, 30-6 as we step aside in East Lansing. 12:35 remaining in the 4th quarter here in East Lansing, alongside Matt Millen with Lisa Byington on the field. I'm Kevin Kugler. A 3rd and 4 at the 44-yard line for Wisconsin. 12:35 to go, and the Badgers up 30-6. Hornibrook to the air, incomplete. He was looking for Ogunbowale out of the backfield, but Monte Nicholson with excellent coverage. It's now 4th down, and Wisconsin will punt it away. So the Spartans defense gets the hold. Shelton will come on to return this punt. And on 4th down, the punt by Lottie. Shelton will back away, and it'll be down inside the 10-yard line. A flag down, though, back at the 40-yard line. 39-yard punt, but
running into the kicker. Defense, number 44. 5-yard penalty will result in the first down.
A critical mistake for Mark D'Antonio's special teams as Grayson Miller runs in to Anthony Lottie.
Well, they're going to call it.
Can't contact that guy. And
yep.
Even being blocked into him, he was able to be contacted. Mike Pereira's watching in our Fox studios in Los Angeles. Mike, the right call on running into the kicker?
Yeah, I like that because it's a 5-yard running into. You have to give the kicker the right for his kicking foot to get down. If you slide on top of it and the kicker comes down on it, you haven't given him the right to get to the ground. That's almost an automatic 5-yard running.
And with that 5-yard running penalty, that means a first down, and the Wisconsin offense back on the field to grind some more clock as Clement picking his way for yardage to the 35. He gets 4. Tackle made by Shane Jones.
Just a little alliteration. He was patiently picking his progress. And that's what he got. He has the ability to be able to bounce it out, make a big play, but he also has that to stick it up in there and just patiently get what's there.
Clement today 18 carries for now 50 yards. 2nd and 6 at the 35. Here's Clement again. Clement to the edge and then flags down as he's pulled down by Demetrius Cox at the 29.
Yeah, he was able to get the edge with a little help from his friends there.
Holding. Offense. Number 15. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Rob Wheelwright called for the hold. BTN's original series is back. It's The Journey, Big Ten Football 2016. You can always count on this show to have a great look inside the Big Ten season. It's back Tuesday night at 9 Eastern. You can always catch exclusive show content on BTN to go. Badger fans will like the feature on Vince Beagle, Wisconsin linebacker this week on The Journey. Saquon Barkley, one of the most explosive players in the Big Ten, Penn State running back, among others featured in this week's Journey.
He's going to have a big game today against Michigan, but he is fun to watch.
A fine play by Shane Jones, filling the hole quickly to drop Corey Clement, who will lose a yard back to the 43.
Yeah, going back to Vince Beagle, he's had himself a very good game here today. You know, he plays on the edge and he plays excited and fired up and that. And whenever you see those kind of guys, they always have kind of haircuts like that. I don't know why that is. they always got like a beard and half their head shaved, or they got something growing someplace. He fits the mold well.
From the 44, 3rd and 15. Hornibrook tosses it toward the sideline, coming back for it to make the catch is rushing. Well short of the first down at the 35. As he picks up 9 on the play. So now 4th down and the punt once more for Wisconsin. But with that running into penalty, they were able to milk more clock in this one.
Exactly.
With a 30-6 lead.
They'll be under the 10-minute mark when this punt is over.
R.J. Shelton back awaiting the punt from Anthony Lottie. Lottie stays clean this time. The punt bounces at the 10. And it's going to be downed inside the 10-yard line. The running into the kicker penalty cost Michigan State a couple of minutes. Minutes they did not have to spare. 9:46 to go in the 4th. All Badgers. Union at Michigan State. Sad students going to be floating through there this week after the Spartans.
You know what I found?
And Badgers.
The students forget about it pretty quick, but the players don't.
And the coaches don't.
And the coaches never forget.
From the 8 on first down, O'Connor in trouble and he's sacked. O'Connor sacked by T.J. Watt. 2nd time today the Badgers have gotten to the Spartan quarterback.
That's nicely done by Watt to the top side. He's just going to work half a man, and he understands it very well. See how he got there fast on Beetle 59 and he just beat him.
2nd and 14. O'Connor from his own end zone. Over the middle, finds his tight end, Josiah Price. And Price should have a first down as we check in Chicago. A T-Mobile studio update with Rick Pizzo.
Minnesota starting to pull away from Colorado State. Rodney Smith's 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. Gophers lead at 31-17 with 10 minutes to play.
All right, Rick, thank you very much. There's an injured Badger down on the field, and it's Leo Musso. We saw him earlier with a 66-yard fumble return for a touchdown. And the senior having his leg looked at right now.
And also off to a fantastic start here in his senior year. Was playing exceptionally well. Excellent in coverage. Good in the run game. And it looks like he just got it rolled up on as he was going through.
While they tend to Leo Musso, we'll take a timeout in East Lansing. Hopefully Leo Musso will be okay as he's getting that right leg and ankle retaped on the sideline. This Badger defense has been awfully good today. They're seeking to allow their fewest points in a road game against a top 10 team since 1995. They've allowed 6 today. Their best game on the road against a top 10 team was against Penn State, when they allowed 9 points at 6th-ranked Penn State. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. O'Connor to the air, and that's caught by Corley down near the 47-yard line. Donnie Corley with the grab.
He's anticipating getting hit. Had he been able to stay up, he'd have gotten more out of that. There was no one behind him. But a nice job of protection here to O'Connor.
He's going to be a fun player to watch develop for the Spartans over the years. 4-man rush for Wisconsin as O'Connor goes to the air. There's Corley again. Did he get the foot down? He did. What a catch. Farrar on the coverage, and Donnie Corley with back-to-back good grabs.
Yeah, so what you have to have is control first. So there's the control of the ball all the way through and at least 1 foot down. And there it is. Well officiated, good call.
And a fine catch by Corley. Pressure up the middle as O'Connor finds his tight end Price, who's got the first down to the Badger 39. Figaro on the stop. Wake Forest, Indiana coming up 3:30 p.m. Eastern here on BTN. Later on tonight, you'll see Northwestern and Nebraska. 1st and 10 at the 39. O'Connor under pressure. And O'Connor will just throw this one away.
Shelton had good coverage on the outside. They tried a double move down there, and he didn't bite on it at all. Nowhere to go with it. Lived for another down.
And with Beagle crawling around in the backfield, O'Connor decided to get rid of that ball. Well, you look at this body of work for Wisconsin early in this season, and I realize they had a little hiccup last week against Georgia State, which they won, by the way. But assuming they hang on to this with 8:10 to go, they certainly should. That's 2 top 10 wins in 4 games for Wisconsin.
And
Who's
really,
done more than that this year?
No one. And you'd really have to go back.
Please put the play clock at
to
25
their defense.
seconds. 25. Thank you.
Because this defense, in its multiplicity, has really confused and kept this offense off balance. And so it's a 34 scheme. They bring guys from different places. Justin Wilcox called a fabulous game here today. Keeping them off balance, bringing pressure at times. Really well done.
2nd and 10 at the 39. O'Connor flushed again. Finds Medeiros, and Medeiros down inside the 25-yard line to the 23. 16-yard pitch and catch from O'Connor to Medeiros.
And that's at O'Connor's feet, so he bought a little bit of time. Now, did have decent protection, but he had to be able to move to allow that receiver to beat his coverage.
From the 23, 1st down. O'Connor airing it for the end zone, and Corley can't pull it down. 2nd and 10 for Michigan State.
You'd like to have that one back. You have that down a little bit too high as a flag is down on the field. But if it's a little lower.
Personal foul. Tripping. Offense. Number 59. 15-yard penalty. 1st down.
So tripping will bring that one back. And the Spartans will back up.
You know, watch it here on the left side of the line, right there. Beatles had his hands full with Beagle. Beetle on a Beagle. Beagle beats him every time.
It's just a size advantage.
I mean, that's just.
It's just science.
Yeah.
From the 38, 1st down and 25. O'Connor dropped. Dakota Dixon with the 3rd Badger sack.
That's Justin Wilcox. That's Justin Wilcox. So they don't have enough. They don't have a guy to block him. So unless they keep Price in, you can see him right here. Unless they keep Price in, they don't have anybody. He's going to come here. He's coming clean.
Second down and 34. And O'Connor chased down at the 40-yard line by Alec James. Seven-yard pickup, but a 3rd and 27.
I'm getting a big kick out of watching two players here today for this Wisconsin defense. Watt 42 and Beagle 47. They both play with great motors and they're non-stop.
And here comes Beagle again, and there's Watt to finish it off.
Yeah.
It was Beagle first, Watt second.
Yeah, and so actually, if you go all the way to the beginning, Watt was trying to free Beagle up. They tried a cross at the top side. And then Beagle came around and flushed him, and Watt came off of his pick and came back and made the sack. That's just good defense, but great motors.
4th and 33, and the Spartans down 30-6 are going to go from the Badger 46-yard line, and now a stop and play and a timeout, Wisconsin.
Second of the half.
A 30-second timeout
30-second
here in East
timeout.
Lansing. 30-6, Wisconsin.
You know, Kevin, just watching these guys play, Beagle and Watt, they play unselfishly as well. Watch this. You're going to see him. He's going to try to pick him to allow Beagle to come through clean. And then Beagle does get the pressure, and Watt has the wherewithal to be able to come back inside and make the sack. So they're trying to free each other up, and they're trying to do things the right way, but they never quit on the play. Really well done.
4th down and 33. Not sure where in the playbook you find 4th and 33, but it's way to the back. O'Connor under pressure again. Airing it deep down the sideline. Jump ball, tipped and incomplete. He was looking in the direction of Donnie Corley, trying to make another spectacular grab. But this one batted away, and the Badgers will take over on downs.
I think this... Can watch us at the end. They had themselves a chance, but it got knocked down to the ground. So I think two big picture things here. A, Wisconsin defense played lights out. They played lights out in the run game. They played lights out rushing the passer. Second thing, Alex Hornibrook, if this is what he is, well, the rest of the Big Ten better be worried, because that kid's got some ice in his veins and he's accurate.
1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Clement. Clement can't go anywhere. Swarmed under by Spartans. Josh King, the freshman, with the stop as we go to Rick Pizzo in Chicago with a T-Mobile studio update.
Well, Kevin, Iowa struggling for a second straight week, this time at Rutgers. Chris Laviano to Andre Patton. Under 9 minutes to play. Hawkeyes and Scarlet Knights tied at 7.
Rick, thank you very much. 30-6.
0-0.
Wisconsin with the lead. 5:58 to go in the 4th.
Thank you.
Let's check in with Lisa Byington for more on Bart Houston, the backup quarterback now.
Right. I mean, as good as Alex Hornibrook has been today, the other part of the story is Bart Houston. I just been watching him all game. He has been such a good teammate and really a really good backup quarterback. In fact, Paul Chryst has found ways to keep him involved. One time he chased them down and he pointed at the receivers and he says, talk to them about spacing. And in the chemistry and the interactions that Bart Houston and Alex Hornibrook have been positive. They've been engaging every single time out that Hornibrook has come out after a series.
Well, you've got a head coach who knows how to play the position of quarterback and now knows how to coach the position of quarterback in Paul Chryst.
Yeah, and he understands quarterback mentality.
2nd down and 11. This is the fullback Alec Ingold, and Ingold to midfield picks up 5.
Now, part of the recipe for getting Hornibrook on the field was, you know, you had to kind of get him in easily, and then the other part is understanding what they have. And Bart Houston, I think, is probably better off the bench than Hornibrook would be. And see, I learned that lesson a long time ago from John Madden telling me when he had quarterbacks. George Blanda was the backup, and he said he was just better coming off the bench than anybody else, so that's why he started the other guy.
3rd down and 6 at midfield, and we've got some movement
On the left side. It's like Dieter.
Offense, number 63. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Well, Spartan fans and Spartan coaches have been anxious to see these two guys, probably not in this situation, but Austin Robertson, the 6'4" freshman from Fort Wayne, Indiana, and Josh King, former state wrestling champ, the 6'6" freshman from Illinois, on the field right now. Two highly touted freshmen that Mark D'Antonio was telling us yesterday, I'm anxious to see what these guys can do, and he thought that each had turned a little bit of a corner in their preparation in getting ready to not only be good game players, but good practice players over the course of the last week.
And that's the first step, is the preparation. And then the next step is to just go out and play. Just let it rip.
3rd down and 11 after the penalty. Ogunbowale with the carry, and Ogunbowale slipped as he made his cut and is finished off by Copeland at the 49-yard line of Michigan State. Will use its final timeout.
Michigan State.
With 4:46 remaining in this one. Step aside for a quick 30-second timeout ourselves. (30-6) advantage. Wisconsin leading Michigan State, and Badgers seeking 2 wins against top 10 teams in the same season for the first time since 1964. And by the way, they've played 4 games, and they're going to have a chance to do it again. Once, twice, maybe even 3 times, depending on how the rankings go this year. McCunt with nobody back, bouncing at the 5, and it'll be down right there by Tyndall. 44-yard punt and no return. So 2 top 10 teams vanquished by Wisconsin. The upcoming schedule features 2 more top 5 teams in Michigan and Ohio State with a bye in between, then Iowa and Nebraska, followed by Northwestern. That's a gauntlet, but Paul Chryst is bringing a defense, Matt Millen, and he's bringing a freshman quarterback who, in his first big test on the road against a good Spartan team, has passed it with flying colors.
And let's not overlook maybe the main and most important point. Paul Chryst called a phenomenal game. Justin Wilcox, equally as good. Both those coaches know their teams, know their strengths, know their weaknesses. They called flawless games.
O'Connor's pass at the 15-yard line is intercepted. Picked off. And what a catch by in there in traffic by Leon Jacobs. And it's, did he drop it or did he secure it?
Must have gone through, because they're going to give it to the offense. It's going to be a catch.
They are.
Through his hands.
Through his hands. And somehow it's caught by Lyles.
Lyles went for the tackle, and it ended up as a reception.
How about that?
Just like they drew it up.
On 1st down, O'Connor to the sideline for Corley. Nice move. And Corley taking Shelton with him, still going, and Corley down to the 45. Leo Musso back on the field makes the stop, and that'll give the Spartan fans left at Spartan Stadium something to cheer about, because this freshman's not quitting.
Yeah, I want you to see this, though, what he understands. Watch him understand, watch him protect the ball. That's good stuff. That's smart, great awareness.
40-yard gain on the play. O'Connor under pressure throws it short, and that pass is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Gerald Holmes, and it bounced away.
Corley not only looks like he's got all the skills and the big play capability, he also looks like he's got good football intelligence as well.
Second down and 10 at the 45. Flag down as O'Connor to the air, and that one is intercepted by Derek Tyndall.
There's a flag. This one. Let's see what happens. It's in the backfield. There's probably a hold, but we don't know. And I shouldn't guess like that anyway.
As it stands, 3rd interception.
Defense, number 59. Penalties decline. 1st down, Wisconsin.
So O'Connor's 3rd pick thrown today. The hold not going to rescue him here.
Yeah, it's on Beagle again. You know, I don't know if you know this, but Beagle beats a beetle every time.
And Tyndall with the interception to close any further threat that Michigan State had of mounting some sort of miraculous rally in this game. 4th takeaway overall today. Of course, the fumble turned into a touchdown on the return by Musso. Clement still in. 21 carries for 50 yards for Corey Clement. 22nd carry. Not going to net him much more, maybe a yard for Clement, as Mike Onashuk in there to make the tackle. Wake Forest and Indiana ahead at 3:30 Eastern on BTN. We'll cap our triple header with a little bit of Northwestern Nebraska tonight. That game in Evanston. Mike Riley's Husker team coming off a big win over Oregon. Northwestern trying to get back on the winning track after that 0-2 start to the season. They did so last week with a win. And you know, Pat Fitzgerald is telling his kids, it's a brand new season.
Oh, absolutely.
None of our goals are gone.
Exactly.
Second down and 10. Clement on the outside, upended at the 22-yard line.
Kevin, if you go back and look at this offense today and you say, okay, what was the difference? Who was the difference maker on this offense to get to that 30 points? You have to come back to the freshman quarterback in Alex Hornibrook. And so what a day he had. And he started early. And he stayed in the face of the rush and was unfazed. And on top of that, he was accurate. The ball was where it had to be all the time. Few mistakes. Most of them looked like this. Small windows, accurate throws. Really well done by Hornibrook. Did I mention he's a Pennsylvania kid?
You did mention that
I did,
once
sorry.
or twice.
Yeah, sorry.
Here's Ramish. You also mentioned you liked Ramish as a fullback.
That guy. It's a great name, Ramish. It's a good football name. Like, there's only a few good football names that are out. Like, you say Butkus like that.
That's football.
Nitschke, that's a football. Ramish. Ramish is a football name.
What if there was a Ramish from Pennsylvania?
Oh, he'd be awesome.
1:55 to go in a 30-6 ball game. Brandon Soward's back awaiting the punt for Michigan State.
Good call by you, Kev.
30-6. Impressive day today for the Badgers. Sowards at the 26-yard line. Sowards makes a man miss, and he gets it out to the 38. And now flag down as a helmet comes off. And Derek Tyndall is the guy without the helmet. This well away from the Sowards return.
After the play, we had multiple fouls on both teams. Unsportsmanlike conduct on number 25 and number 34. Those fouls offset first down.
Keep it on the right side of your screen here. See if you can see right here.
Oh, he flipped his helmet right off.
Drake Martinez and Derek Tyndall. Derek Tyndall took a bit of offense to having his helmet flipped off.
Yeah, that's
New quarterback Brian Lewerke in for Michigan State. Freshman from Phoenix. And on first down, airing it for Corley, and it's intercepted. There is a flag down. Dakota Dixon with the interception, and he'll take a knee at the 37-yard line, but this interception may be negated by a little pass interference.
Or a lot of pass interference.
Pass interference. Defense, number 9. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
Redshirt freshman Titus Booker. A little extra curricular activity.
Well, it looks like the Michigan State sideline called it before the officials did. This is a big win for Wisconsin. And conversely, it's a tough loss for Michigan State. I think this was a game, I don't know how they looked at it. I know they knew it was going to be a tough competitive game. But I think most people believed this was a game that Michigan State was going to win. And this was a tough one to take.
On first down. To the sideline, dropped. Tristan Jackson unable to pull that one in. First win at Michigan State for the Badgers since 2002, and a rarity in this series, Matt, in that it was not competitive down the stretch.
Yeah.
This series over the last 7 games was decided by an average of under 5 points per game.
That's what I was expecting. I was expecting, you know, last possession type of game is going to win. But credit Paul Chryst and that offensive staff. They did a great job, and that defensive staff.
Nice catch by the tight end Matt Sokol, who's down shy of the 35 of the 36-yard line. Should be a first down.
A lot of respect between these head coaches, both understanding. You know, Paul Chryst, he just speaks glowingly about the job Mark D'Antonio has done up here, and you know where this program is, and this says this is where he wants to get to.
Flag is down as Lewerke on the run. He'll turn it upfield, lowers the pads to get the first down, and a flag down back at the 37-yard line.
Legal shift. Offense. Number 8. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's the young receiver Tristan Jackson again. .38 seconds to go. Michigan State now, next week they're back on BTN under the lights, taking on Indiana on the road. Hoosiers can certainly score some points. Then they're out of conference for a game on October 8th against BYU before the bye week. First and 15. Lewerke showing some wheels. Lewerke inside the 25. He's got a first down to the 24-yard line. Garrett Dooley on the tackle.
Got 17 seconds.
Lewerke throws short. Broken tackle. Stewart inside the 10 and down to the 9.
4 seconds left. They stopped the clock for the first down.
Lewerke hustling up to the line. 3 seconds. He'll clock it. With 1 second left,
Good.
Michigan State will get the chance to run one more play. And you may think, if you're watching this at home, well, why in the world are they hustling up? They're not going to win this game. They're down 30-6. You're getting some reps. You're getting some practice. It's just game 3 for these guys.
And you got a lot of young players on the field. And so it's important that they, you know, you go out and play like you practice.
And how much of this is a message you send as a head coach and a staff saying, look, I don't care what the score is, we're going to battle. Again, you mentioned a lot of young players out there for Michigan State. Final play of the game, barring a penalty. Lewerke looking for the end zone, deflected away, and that is how this game ends. Seems fitting. A defensive play by Wisconsin ends a dominant defensive performance for the Badgers. They win it 30-6, their second win against the top 10 team in 4 outings this year. And you may have thought Wisconsin would come on the road and win, but not too many expected a win like this for either team in this game. 30-6 Badgers.
And also the Big Ten needs to be put on alert because Wisconsin's got a real live quarterback.
And the Western Division just got a little more interesting. You've got a 3-0 Nebraska team. You've got Iowa, which looked good early and had their loss last week to North Dakota State. And now you've got Wisconsin. Yeah, struggling a little bit today. You've got Wisconsin. And the Badgers now 4-0 as we go downstairs to Lisa Byington.
Coach, how do you describe what you got out of your redshirt freshman quarterback starting for the first time on the road?
I thought he did some good things, and it's kind of who he's been. And obviously, this is a big team victory for us, and proud of the way all the guys competed and played today.
Yeah, on the other side of the ball, defensively, you held a Michigan State team to just 6 points, showing them a lot of different looks. What impressed you most about your defense today?
Obviously, it was a good plan, and kids executed it and played. And you know, turnovers, we were able to get some turnovers and take advantage of that. It was also in the kicking game. And I thought just overall, guys played and kept playing, and proud of that.
You weren't even born the last time Wisconsin beat 2 top 10 teams in 1 year. What kind of growth has this team showed in just 4 weeks?
Well, I've appreciated the way the guys have been each week. And, you know, the story's not written. We don't need to worry about any of that. It's just we get one opportunity on a Saturday, and can we take advantage of that, maximize it, and want them to enjoy the win today, and then we come back and get another challenge, another opportunity. And as long as the kids stay in the moment, I think that's the way they can enjoy it and maximize this.
All right, thank you for the time.
Thanks.
Now that next challenge for the Badgers is in this same state. They'll take on the Michigan Wolverines next weekend. But today, it was a Badger kind of day here in Spartan Stadium. Our final score, Wisconsin 30, Michigan State 6. Coming up, our full slate of Big Ten football continues as Wake Forest takes on Indiana. Tonight, Nebraska visits Evanston for a battle with the Wildcats. For Matt Millen, Lisa Byington, and Mike Pereira, I'm Kevin Kugler saying so long from East Lansing.